I think as a church, God has been taking our church through just seasons of deeper and deeper worship, especially since the start of this year. And there's just a sense that people are just being more free in their worship and just really enjoying the presence of God.
I see a river of life flowing from your glorious throne, oh God. You're filling every heart.
This song, A Greater Glory, is really a song of God's vision and God's mission for us as a church to help Riverlifers rise up and step boldly into God's destiny for us.
And I think that's the cry of this season, that we just want more of God, and I believe that as we minister unto the Lord and we learn to host His presence as a church and in a sense attract His presence in worship, then I believe God's presence will come, and when God's presence comes, there's transformation. In fact, I believe that one day as we worship, people would just come step into the worship center and they will be healed, whether emotionally or physically. I believe that even relationships will be reconciled, marriages repaired. These kinds of things will happen as people encounter God's presence.
What we have on the EP right now is about 6 songs. Even though it's only 6 songs, but it took the team a good 5 to 6 months to prepare, because it comes from collecting of songs, getting songwriters to write, and all the way until production, all the way until arrangement, and finally into the studio. I mean, on the album itself, it may sound very professional, but in fact, none of us are professionals. And in fact, a good 95% of us are actually doing this for the very first time. We actually thought of getting a professional to help us to work on this, but we really felt that this is a faith journey for all of us, and all of us wanted to do this, despite maybe we are inexperienced and so on. But we wanted really to make this an album, a heartfelt cry from the people.
There were a few reasons why we decided to do this. We started thinking about this last year. We're thinking, okay, next year we're turning 21, and turning 21 means it's a coming of age. In a sense, Riverlife Church is becoming an adult. We essentially wanted to record the journey of Riverlife Church for the past 21 years. So looking back at how God has led us as a church, and looking forward, what we sense God is taking us to. So there's a looking back, a remembering, a recalling, a marking down, as it were, the journey of this church, and then a calling out into existence what God is wanting to do in this church, what God is wanting to do through this church. And so, in a sense, the songwriters are also the prophets, calling out what God is wanting to do and getting the church to sing those things as part of their worship and prayer.
And as we worship with it, I pray that we're going to be so inspired for what God has in store for us.
We really believe that it was an idea that was birthed from God, and there's also a sense that we want to see this album or this EP go beyond the walls of Riverlife Church and bless the nations, bless the communities.
I believe that this is only a start to something even greater.